Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're diving deep into a novel that's really captured so many readers, I think. It's Madeline Miller's amazing The Song of Achilles.
Phenomenal book, too.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're asking this question, what if a story you thought you knew, the Iliad War, heroes, wrath, what if it was actually deep down a profound love story?
That's the heart of it, isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah.
So that's our mission today. We've got, a great stack of sources, analyses, articles, and we want to unpack how Miller takes Homer's epic and kind of retunes it.
Retunes is a good word for it.
Right. She shifts the spotlight away from the glare of battle glory towards something softer, intimacy. We're looking at how she makes this ancient myth feel so incredibly human, so personal.
And it's more than just a retelling, wouldn't you say? It feels like a reclamation.
Oh, definitely.
One source put it so well, saying she smuggled a love song inside a war epic. I love that phrase.
Me too. It's perfect.
It just reframes everything,
Yeah.
reminding us, that the opposite of epic isn't trivial, it's human. Finding that universal core in something deeply personal.
Spot on. Okay, so to really get into this retuning, we have to start where Miller starts. Patroclus is the narrator.
Yes.
He's our guide.
Wow.
Why him? What makes him the perfect voice for this story?
Well, that's really central to Miller's genius, I think. Patroclus is an outsider, isn't he? By birth, by temperament.
Right, the exiled prince.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And described as, too gentle for the brutal choreography of Greek heroism. His voice is quieter, observant, sometimes a bit self-deprecating.
That marginal position gives him such a unique view, doesn't it? He's not after the same things as the others.
Precisely. He doesn't have that same hunger for glory for Cleos.
And because of that, the way we first meet Achilles through his eyes, it's just so striking.
Oh, yeah.
He sees Achilles as golden, swift-footed, half-divine, and wholly beautiful. But the reaction, it's not desire, not right away. It's awe, disbelief almost.
Disbelief is the word. He thinks, I did not think the gods would send me such a gift.
That line just hits you, right? Beyond just the beautiful writing, what is it about that first meeting that grabs us?
I think it immediately sets up that dynamic, doesn't it? Patroclus' humility, his almost shock, against Achilles' sort of effortless radiance.
Yeah.
And the prose itself, as our sources point out, it manages to be lyrical but grounded. It's reverent but not pompous.
Then that first-person present tense.
Crucial. Absolutely crucial. It creates this incredible immediacy. You, the reader, you feel every little shift between them, every tremor of, awe and fear.
It completely changes how we enter the story, doesn't it? We're not just watching history, we're right there in the feeling.
Exactly. Experiencing the start of this incredibly fragile human connection.
And Miller builds that connection so carefully. The structure of the novel, it feels almost like music. 3 movements.
That's a great analogy.
You have the childhood of Mount Pelion, then adolescence in the courts, Phthia and Scyros, and then, bang, the Trojan War. 10 long years. Those early parts on Caelian with Chiron the centaur, there's this pastoral hush, as one review called it.
Yeah, they're beautiful scenes.
Achilles and Patroclus studying music, medicine, running through olive groves, sleeping under the stars. It's not just nice scenery, is it? It's foundation.
Absolutely fundamental.
It builds the depth of their bond, the simple joys, the shared understanding. And because she takes her time with it, we really feel the stakes later.
You understand exactly what's about to be lost.
Yeah, we've seen everything they built together.
And that pacing, it really is symphonic, like you said. You get the adagio for love building, then the allegro, the rush into war, and finally, that slow andante of grief.
Mm-hmm.
What's really striking, if you look at the big picture, is how patiently she crafts that emotional world first, before the chaos of Troy.
Which makes the impact
So much greater.
Right.
Exactly. It transforms this huge, maybe distant-feeling war into something incredibly personal and deeply felt.
That's it, the emotional punch. Okay, let's talk about Achilles himself. Miller paints him with these layers of contradiction, right?
Definitely.
Divine destiny, but so achingly mortal. Fierce in battle, but so tender with Patroclus. Famous for rage, but here, often defined by gentleness. And then there's the prophecy.
The big one. Glory or long life. Not both.
Yeah. And what struck me in the sources is how Miller makes that choice. Achilles choosing glory feels so intimate, not abstract.
Right. It's not just fate decreeing it.
No. It happens quietly, on a beach, holding Patroclus' hand, and Achilles just whispers, I cannot be the man I am meant to be if I stay here.
Wow, that line.
It's described as a whispered apocalypse because it's so personal, but the consequences are just immense, destructive.
And that choice, I think, really throws Patroclus' own journey into sharp relief, his
Yeah.
evolution.
Yeah, he changes so much from observer to, well, a reluctant actor.
His path is almost the inverse of Achilles, isn't it? Achilles hardens into legend.
While Patroclus softens into humanity. That's a great way to put it. He learns to fight, but only to protect Achilles, really. He kills, but it's framed almost as healing, preventing more death.
And this is where it gets really interesting for me.
Hmm.
His decision, putting on Achilles' armor.
It's a pivotal moment.
It doesn't come from that typical Greek drive for glory, for heroism. It comes from love. A love so overwhelming, it just overrides self-preservation.
So Miller makes that famous surrogate battle feel like an act of tenderness.
Exactly. A man literally stepping into the skin of the person he loves, hoping that person might live. It's an incredible reframing.
It really is. And that makes you wonder, doesn't it? How does this challenge our usual ideas of heroism, portraying them through this lens of love, vulnerability, not just fighting skill?
Well, I think Miller's basically asking us to rethink what strength or courage even looks like, especially within these epic narratives.
Right.
You know, traditional Iliad heroism is often about might, rage, glory-seeking. But Miller shows Patroclus' quietness, his empathy, his ultimate self-sacrifice driven by love. These are presented as equally, maybe even more heroic in their impact.
It's a kind of subversion.
Definitely. Saying courage isn't always loud and flashy. Sometimes it's gentle, intimate. The motivation shifts from external validation to something deeply internal.
Yeah, it makes you question the whole definition. And the way she writes that love, the language, that's another huge achievement.
Oh, absolutely.
Making this ancient love story feel both completely inevitable yet still surprising somehow. That first kiss. There's pages of buildup, right? That aching
Those
restraint.
glances, touches.
Yeah, a hand brushing a wrist, passing wine. And then when they finally connect, it's explicit, sure, but the writing has this reverence.
Like describing something sacred, not just physical.
Exactly. And the prose is so tactile, you feel it. Our notes mention the scrape of sandal leather, the salt of sea spray, the warmth of a thigh. It's like sex becomes sacrament and sacrament becomes story. She keeps pulling familiar scenes towards that intimacy.
Like Achilles learning about Patroclus' death.
Right. Not the big heroic rage we expect from the myth. Instead, the sources say he just folds like paper in fire.
Good image.
Isn't it devastating? Folding like paper in fire. It's such a raw, visceral way to show complete internal collapse.
Absolutely. It bypasses the usual heroic tropes and just shows you the man breaking. The real conflagration is internal, as one source put it.
Yeah.
And Miller's prose makes you feel it. It's elevated language, but never feels old or stuffy. She avoids those fake-sounding epic phrases and goes for sensory precision.
Like bronze singing when hit.
Yes. Or blood blackening to rust, or a lyre string quivering like a trapped moth. It makes it feel timeless, not just historical. Like you're accessing a memory.
It really does. And those little modern words that slip in sometimes, okay, sure. They feel intentional, don't they?
Completely. They kind of anchor the emotion for us, right? In a way modern readers just feel instantly. Makes that timeless connection even stronger.
Yeah, it grounds the myth. Okay, let's shift a bit. There's this deeper theme our sources picked up on, gender and power. How the novel quietly questions Greek ideas of masculinity.
A really key aspect.
Achilles has his divine heritage. It demands hardness, strength. But Patroclus' softness, his mortality, it's seen as weakness by everyone around them.
Constantly framed that way.
But here's the twist Miller finds, the kind of inverse wisdom. It's actually that softness that ends up saving Achilles' legacy, in a way.
How so?
Well, think about it. It's Patroclus' gentleness that convinces Briseis to give up key information. And later, it's the memory of Patroclus that motivates Achilles' final surprising act of mercy towards Priam.
Ah, right. That's a powerful observation. It suggests something profound, doesn't it? Some analyses really dig into this.
What's the deeper suggestion there?
That maybe the Iliad's real tragedy isn't just Troy falling, but the fall of tenderness. How that warrior culture, that civilization, punishes the very qualities like empathy, like gentleness, that actually make it civil.
Wow, that's a heavy rereading of the epic. Makes you question what we value then and now.
Exactly. Does chasing glory mean abandoning what makes us truly human?
A tough question. And speaking of tough, the ending. For anyone hoping Miller might change Homer's ending, well, she doesn't.
No happy rewrite here.
It follows the myth. Grimly. Patroclus dead, Achilles dying, Troy burning. So, given that ending, what does it all mean? What endures?
Well, even sticking to that tragic path, Miller doesn't leave it purely as loss. She adds that coda, the part Homer never gave us.
Achilles' ghost.
Yes, his shade in the underworld waiting, refusing to cross the Lethe, the river of forgetting.
Until Patroclus arrives.
Right, and their reunion isn't about redemption. It's too late for that. It's just recognition. Achilles says, I have waited for you.
Simple words, but wow.
It's both an elegy for what's lost and a vow that transcends death itself, love defying the underworld.
And that final image. It's not war, is it? It's music again.
Achilles' lyre, re-strung by Patroclus, its sound echoing in the dark. It's like a quiet testament, isn't it, to the enduring power of their connection, their shared humanity, even against all that tragedy.
A quiet note against the noise of war.
Absolutely. And you see the novel's legacy, right? The fan art, the music it inspired,
Sure.
and how it, as one source said, queered the canon without queerbaiting. It authentically weaves in their love story, not just hinting at it. It presents a tragic romance that fits perfectly within Homeric tragedy, not because they're queer, but because love and loss are universal themes in that world. Miller just let a love that was arguably always there finally sing out loud.
So, yeah, what Madeline Miller did here is just stunning. She didn't rewrite the Iliad. She retuned it, like tightening that gut string of loss until it sings.
That metaphor is perfect, that deep vibration of sorrow.
When you finish the book, you still hear the clang of bronze, sure, but maybe what stays with you more is the quiet pluck of a lyre string. The story's about glory, yeah, but it's glory seen differently from the inside out. It's not the hero's gleaming helmet.
But the reflection in it.
Exactly. The reflection of a boy's face in that bronze, looking back at the boy who loves him, and knowing with total clarity, neither of them is getting out of this poem alive.
And yet, they love anyway.
I love anyway.
And maybe that's the final thought to leave everyone with. What does it really mean to love anyway? To choose that deep connection, that tenderness, even when you see the tragic end coming.
Right.
Perhaps it suggests that the biggest acts of courage aren't always on the battlefield. Maybe they're found in that vulnerable space between two people, a testament to our need for connection, even when everything seems against it.
That's a really beautiful and, yeah, profound thought. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the Song of Achilles.
My pleasure.
We absolutely recommend you read it. Experience this incredible retuning for yourself. We'll see you next time on The Deep Dive.